Okay, 2007 2.4 PT Cruiser. Issues: will not accelerate, has no power when you put it in drive, but accelerates and revs up just fine in park. So what I'm doing here is changing out the shifting solenoid down on the bottom, right there. That's where you take that off. But in order to get to it, you got to take the battery support off, your breather. Okay, right there. Take that off, the whole box. Then you got 4 bolts that hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And those bolts, these 2 you can get on top. Let's zoom out. These 2 here, but the bottom 2 you'll have to get go on the bottom. So on the bottom, you got 1, 2, 3 screws for your mud flap, mud guard under the wheel well. Just cart your wheels to the passenger side, and then you have to take off underneath another plastic guard that's held on by a couple plastic straps. And this is what's keeping you from getting to those bolts, a little plastic guard that goes underneath. And that's about it. And then you take those 2 bolts off and your easy access to the 2 bolts off. Take this off and you easy access to the other 2 bolts, which is this one. These 2 here and these 2 here. And then your plate comes on here that supports the battery. Then once you get that off, it's just a matter of unplugging all your, this is your input speed sensor, your output speed sensor, which I test out on the ohm meter. If you're not sure if those are bad or not, test out on the ohm meter, put it on ohms at 20, touch the 2 terminals, and they give you a reading. They are both good. 60, 70 something. Ohms, 0.67, 66, something like that. And unplug the rest of them. Okay, to get the wire harness out of the way, and just move it over here out of the way. Unscrew your cable that connects to the shift solenoid. Then you have 3 bolts that hold it. And that's what it looks like right there. 3 bolts. You'll have to pry under because they do have little knobbies that hold it together. And that's basically what it looks like. Scrape the cylinder off. And I advise you to clean around the surrounding area on the motor. So when you do take this off, that no debris and dirt, leaves come off into the holes, into the transmission. It's a wise thing to do. So, but before you take that off, unscrew these 2 inlets and outlets for your transmission. You should unscrew and make sure you mark them so you get the same amount of torque on them. And this one was getting me a little worse because it was going in crooked. I'm like, nah, that's not right. So just make sure you label it. I put a plus there for the right and just a minus for the left. Just make sure they are tight and you get them in the same position and the same markings. So after you take those off, then you're able to take off the shift solenoid. Make sure it's clean before you take it off, like I said earlier. And after that, put the new one on and give it a test drive, which I am about to ready to test it. So we'll see how it goes. Have a great day.